Be sure to check out my Patreon for weekly exclusive interviews, extra content on VEVE and ECOMI, and building generational wealth, as well as money management tips from experienced whales. Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another VEVE and ECOMI video. In this one, we're going to be checking out a video called Why All Your VEVE NFTs Are Worthless. I'm definitely interested in hearing the logic behind this and what's going on. It's probably, it's probably a clickbait video, I would assume. But, I mean, if it's serious, this should be interesting. So, yeah, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And, yeah, let's get into it, man.
Hello, and welcome to Crypto Kakuru. In this video, we will show you why your collectibles on VEVE are worthless at the moment. We will also show what needs to change in terms of added utility to give those collectibles more value. If you are new to our channel, please consider to subscribe and like our video down below.
I mean, I disagree already. I mean, even though they added that at the moment, these collectibles are not valuable. Something is either valuable or it's not valuable. I mean, that's just as simple as it. That's as simple as it gets. It's either valuable or not valuable. If these things were valuable for thousands of dollars, people were paying thousands of dollars for certain things right now that they won't even pay $100 for now. They were paying $1,000 back then, though. So is it no longer worth $1,000? No, it's not that. Maybe it was never actually worth $1,000, but whatever it's worth, it still maintains that same value. People just are not willing to buy under these conditions with all this uncertainty and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, I believe that because real people got to the point where they were willing to spend thousands at that point in time, whether it was bots that helped it get there that quick or whatever, if people were willing to spend that money to buy that before, I believe that that's because they understand the true value of it, and is that valuable. So that's my perspective. I don't think that anything is worthless. I just think that people are not buying right now, and that's normal for markets like this. I don't think, yeah.
Also, feel free to comment down below to respond to your thoughts with new valuable videos. First, to understand why all collectibles on the VEVE app are worthless at the moment, let's have a look at what digital premium collectibles really mean and what we have at the moment on the app. Digital premium collectibles means creating an experience for users that is very limited and scarce, that will be desired by other people. Bragging rights is the key term here. Users want to have something that others desire, which increases their own social status. In our eyes, this can be only achieved by collectibles that generate continuous value to the owner or by scarcity combined with proven IP value from the physical world. With high value utility, we mean something like lifetime utility. The collectible.
I mean, utility is king, but that's not. I think that that's more so an NFT thing, more so than a digital collectible thing. A digital collectible thing is valuable because of what it is that you're holding. So the first time that you got that Spider-Man comic book, or that first appearance Spider-Man comic book and all that stuff, like, that's valuable because of what it is. That has nothing to do with utility whatsoever. I'm more of a utility is king type of guy because I understand that in the NFT space, a lot of utility is going to come and there's going to be other benefits and stuff that comes with it. But I also understand that these have value just because of what they are. This is the biggest IP in human history. These are the biggest brands in human history. So just because the community isn't valuing these things doesn't mean that they're not valuable right now. If anything, the utility is going to add even more value, a lot more value. I believe that the utility is going to add more value than the item actually is by itself. But at the current point in time, these items are still insanely valuable right now. So yeah.
Need to be upgraded, improved, or get additional gaming utility to stay relevant. Relevance in our eyes.
Yeah, like you don't need gaming utility to keep Spider-Man relevant. Like, you don't need to keep Spider-Man relevant, the comic book relevant, and things like that. Like, that's the history. That's where that stuff came from. And I think that this is not like other NFTs. Other NFTs, you need a gaming experience with that because it's a no-name brand. The only thing that's going to make it memorable is the game. We're going to remember Spider-Man forever. We're going to remember Lion King. We're going to remember all these brands on VEVE because they're the most important brands of our entire planet. So yeah, it's like they already have a value that most NFTs don't have.
Is the key term for utility. Collectibles need to get the right utility to stay relevant also after drops. The second option to create a premium.
Everything is not meant to stay relevant after drops also. It's impossible for every single thing to be relevant on VEVE because they drop too much content. So I think people have to start to think about what's going to be realistic, especially when it comes down to the metaverse. Obviously, all of this stuff will probably be seen around the metaverse. Is going to be fun in the VVverse, but it's not. That doesn't mean that everything that's on VV is going to be valuable, and that's what people are doing, trying to collect every single thing because they're addicted, and they're trying to abuse the fact that people are willing to buy whatever. It's because it's new. And that doesn't even make sense, because truly how collecting actually works is things become more valuable the older it is, not the newer it is. But yeah.
Premium customer experience is to drop a very scarce item, which has already proof of value in the real world. The third option would be both in combination, which would lead to a highly sought-after collectible. Now, let's have a look what VEVE delivers at the moment on their platform. When we compare physical and digital statues, digital collectibles should be able to have a lot more features than the physical counterpart, but at the moment you cannot do anything as just look at it. So at the moment, the digital statues have even less utility than the physical counterparts. A Disney Plus subscription.
Not true. Not true.
Digital statues have even less utility than the physical counterparts.
Oh, less utility. Okay. I mean, it has less utility. Not really though. I don't know, because you can't touch it, tangible type of thing, but you can still, like, you can take pictures with it. You can, like, it has augmented reality. Augmented reality is already big, and then they're doing things like putting us in movie theaters and stuff like that as well, like, or teaming up with movie theaters. I mean, there's a lot that comes with it. And then there is some sort of status to holding certain things on VV as well. So then there are NFTs, the first time this stuff has ever existed. So I think that there's some importance. I feel like the importance of what's being done on VV is being underlooked and undervalued right now by everyone. I don't think that there's a lot of respect for what VV is doing, even though they're doing something that's historic and it's going to literally be written in history books for forever.
A Disney Plus subscription is not even worth mentioning in our eyes as utility. Utility.
That's the spoil. Like that's the spoil side of things. One of the biggest brands in human history. Not only do you have their NFTs, but you have some utility directly tied to that business, and that's not enough for the VV community. Now, obviously, I'm a gamer. I want more. I want to be able to play games. I want certain things to enjoy my experience, but I don't just negate the things that VV is doing. It's just I'm the type where I'm like, it's not interesting to me, I don't talk about it or something. It's like that's just my perspective and how I look at it. If it don't look interesting to me, I don't watch it. I don't look at it, or I just ignore it. But I'm not gonna sit here and downgrade it. Like that's the first, like some of these brands and some of these artists that I have never heard of. VV has them their first time on the blockchain is through VV. I've never heard of these people, but I'm not gonna downplay who these people are because they're important to somebody. They're just not important to me. So I don't take points away from VV for, it's like you have to have a holistic view of what VV is doing.
It must be lifetime utility for the holder. It must give the holder more ability to interact with their collectibles. So the first criteria for a digital premium collectible is not given. Let's have a look now at the second criteria.
The ability to have lifetime utility is there because it's an NFT. I mean, people want things built ASAP. I mean, we don't know what's going to be there. And it's not just a right now thing. I know this video is about why they're not valuable right now, but I just don't really agree with that whole thing. Like, because the utility aspect, it's just not a focus right now. And that's not what even determines value, just lifetime utility.
Which is intellectual property in combination with scarcity. At the moment, we only have IP as collectibles. As the edition sizes are quite high with 7,500 for the Todd McFarlane Batman, for example, the second criteria is also not given.
That's false because that's very low. That's insanely low. This is being based around the conditions that's currently in VV. So if it's based around 4,000 people active and we have 7,500 Todds, yeah, that looks crazy. But if it's based around the fact that there's like tens of millions of Batman fans, those are insanely scarce. But people are not basing the facts around that's the thing. That's the thing that doesn't change. It's always going to be over 50 million Batman fans. It's always going to be over that. But people are not valuing that in right now because those 50 million people are not on VV. This Batman can draw in 50 million people once they start marketing, advertising, and adding in utility. So because they have the ability to add in utility later, and they already have a scarce Batman when you compare it to the larger Batman fan base, this NFT already has that value. People just don't see it right now. People just don't care to right now because they want money today. They want what they want right now. the value hasn't really changed. It's just the people are seeing the value differently. The people are the ones that's changing.
Therefore, at the moment, these collectibles are not worth anything. They are by no means premium digital collectibles.
See, that's cap. Like, see, this is the thing. Like, they using kind of decent they're using relatable things that people would kind of agree with, and then they're just twisting it. Like, it's false. That is still the first appearance of Batman ever on the blockchain. That still has 50 million plus fans, and that's still only 7,500 editions. None of that has changed. That is still Disney. That is Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. That is Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. The same Walt Disney that created Disney. Like, that is still that still has over hundreds of millions of fans. Like, that's still that Disney. So to say that these are not premium digital collectibles is crazy. Like, they don't get more premium than that.
Now let's have a look, especially what needs to happen in terms of the utility aspect to make these collectibles valuable. We think at the moment VeVe does not understand utility in the right way.
I don't think that is that they don't understand utility in the right way. I think that they're not at that part of the plan where it makes sense to be doing utility, certain types of utility. So as far as like reading a comic book and you can stop for a second and play a little mini game, you can play through that story in the comic book through a mini game, or you can just watch it in movie format where you read a comic book, you flip the page and you watch a little cutscene, seeing the fight sequence for yourself without having to actually read it. Like, stuff like that. They're just not at a stage where they should be focusing on stuff like that. They're getting the content out right now. Utility can come later. There's going to be years and years and whole departments dedicated to creating utility. There's no need to push stuff like that right now. Like, it's time. It takes time. It takes patience. They need to get the core features out of the way. The stuff that's supposed to work. I need to be able to cash out. I need to be able to cash out in crypto, since that's one of your product offerings. I need to be able to do the things that I need to be able to do. I need to be getting my OUP points. I need to be getting all the points that I need to experience these drops and stuff like that. Once that stuff is working, then the extras such as utility should be focused on. I think that VeVe is doing it the right way, personally.
What utility means is lifetime value for these collectibles. Collectibles will be part of your personal identities in the future. Therefore, it is key to strengthen the personal bond between collectibles and the holders. They must be lovable. So how can VeVe make them more lovable?
VeVe has to do nothing to make them more lovable. These are the first appearance of the biggest brands in the world. They're already lovable for that reason. And we're lucky to even have these, to be fair.
In our eyes, this will be achieved by more engagement time with the collectibles. To increasing...
these are things that will enhance what VeVe already... See, the thing about this video is I don't think that it respects what VeVe already does enough. It does not show enough respect for what VeVe is doing. I think that this could be great additions to make these collectibles more valuable, but you can't say that our collectibles are worthless right now. They're not. Like, it shows no respect for what we're actually holding. Yes, could these things make them better? Yeah, I would give you that, but just the approach to this video I don't agree with.
Engagement, the features what you are able to do with those collectibles has to be increased. As we already mentioned, at the moment, the digital collectibles have even less interaction options as the physical counterparts. This has to change as soon as possible. VeVe has to bring more features to the platform through augmented and virtual reality in combination with artificial intelligence. Today, we can already let our collectibles talk through artificial intelligence. Imagine what is possible in a few years by only having a 3D statue. You will be able to build animations, create your own movies, and use them in games. In our eyes, VeVe has to start bringing their collectibles to life through enhanced capabilities in their VeVeverse. This could be through integrated AI features, interoperability with other metaverses, or enhanced content creators' capabilities. Renting and accessibilities for collectibles will just be a start for more engagement time in the future. If we have a look at...
See, like, these are a lot of good points that would make things a little bit better. Like I said, I just feel like more respect to what's been done already is needed here.
What will be possible in the future with enhanced technology development, especially in augmented or virtual reality, in combination with artificial intelligence, the opportunities are endless. Imagine your NFT talking with you, interacting like a real human. Imagine your comic book showing a movie of the comic book story when opening it to your friends. And this is just the beginning. So I think we should hold on to our collectibles and be excited for the upcoming future. Last, we...
I just don't... I agree with that message, just don't look at the things that you hold as worthless, because if you don't see the worth of the things that you're holding, you will not hold them. The thing is, they already have insane worth and value. Just realize that you see something that the rest of the world has yet to realize or haven't had the opportunity to see, because that's the thing. Like, most people don't even know that VV exists. Like I said, there's hundreds of millions of fans for some of these brands. VV has only ever had, what, 2 million people sign up, and arguably a lot of those accounts were bots. So that means out of the millions and tens and hundreds of millions of people in the world, less than 5 million has ever seen that VV has ever existed. Less than 5 million has seen that VV ever existed. And they have brands probably totaling 1 billion fans. Like, realistically, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, you combine all the brands that VV, probably the brands that VV has already released, we could be closing in on that billion number, bro. Like, it's crazy.
We have some key advice for VV to flourish further in the upcoming month and years. Don't think physical, think digital when it comes to collectibles on the VV app. The features which collectibles can have in the digital world are not limited like in the physical world.
But I think that they know that. I just think that they're not focusing on the digital right now because they're still trying to get the basics right. People want them to go advanced and start building metaverses and stuff like that, which they are, I'm sure, in the background. But it's about much more than that right now. You have to get the business right first before you start expanding on different parts. It's like if you opening a pizza restaurant, right? But then you right next to trying to get the cash register set up, or let's say you trying to get the pizza right. You're trying to put the right toppings and stuff on that. But at the same time, you're going to do a mini bar. So now you're trying to learn how to mix drinks and stuff. You can't do both. Yes, having some drinks there, some cocktails, yes, that's going to increase the value. And the more that you can charge people and things like that, that does increase that value. But if your pizza's not right, I mean, it downgrades what the whole premise of what you're doing. Like, VV is about digital collectibles. So that means they have to get the digital collectibles part right. And then the utility is secondary to that. Everything is secondary to the digital collectibles. So, I mean, it's just they're doing the business in the right order. That's what it is.
The only thing that limits you in the digital world is your imagination of what could be possible with them. Artificial intelligence will take a key enabler role in bringing life to those collectibles. The more utility VV brings to these collectibles, the higher the personal connection will rise and the amount of people that want to hold them. More utility means more engagement, which means a deeper connection with the digital identity that all of us will build up in the upcoming 5 to 10 years. With that said, we are already at the end of our video.
Yeah, this was an okay video. I liked some points in it. I just didn't like how it was presented. And then this voice kind of annoying, to be fair. But let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will catch you all on the next one, fam. Peace out, yo.